Alright, so we're looking at Far Far West today, and this game is basically Red Dead Redemption. It's got the classic Red Dead Redemption robotic horse, the classic Red Dead Redemption floating carriage, and now we just gotta see in the game how they do their characterization and story, because that's the most important thing I look for in my Red Dead Redemption games. Alright, starting off drinking and immediately cracking the fist. That's a very good sign. So you can punch everything on the table. You can punch the knife. You can punch the chair. Ooh. Ooh, you gotta love the details they've added into this game. Alright. You can punch the books. Can't punch the shoes. You can punch the jerry can. Can't punch these books. Can punch the candle. Can punch those chairs. Alright, unfortunately, they've forgotten part of the Red Dead Redemption formula where if I go randomly beat people up in town, something funny happens. Can't ride out yet. My partner's still winning his war with the bottle. I'd hate to interrupt. Can I antagonize? Can't punch off Buddy's hat to antagonize. Very questionable, very questionable. Ooh, you guys see a lot of the fun Red Dead Redemption details right there. Buddy's an alcoholic, and then Buddy's gonna drink, go back, and become an alcoholic again. I am an alcoholic. Fantastic. Fantastic character. There's only a minute amount of objects I cannot punch with my fists and knock all over the place, and they just so happen to be objects that are quite large, and also people. So overall, I really do like all of these little punching details, but I feel like if Rockstar really wanted this to be like a 10 out of 10 game, I would be able to punch people and send them flying, and then throw tables up and whatnot. Alright, this one makes a lot of sense. You can obviously not beat up the horse because that's your horse, and that horse is your best friend. I love my horse from Red Dead Redemption. This is Chicky. Can we... Yes! 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 Man, I can't punch everything, but I love the things I can punch in here. Alright, never mind. I can't throw the chicken. Minus 8 points to Gryffindor Wild West House. Can we punch the mic? Now this is how I'm... this is how they actually traveled around in the Wild West before they invented horses. They would punch the minecart to be able to drive them all around. I really love how accurate these details are. So, are you Dutch Van Der Sauce? That is not Dutch Van Der Sauce. Possible. This could possibly be Dutch Van Der Sauce. Oh, this is Dr. Gizmo, so this is obviously not Dutch or John Marston. There's Agent Milton. How are we doing, Agent Milton? Oh, well, at least we found Agent Milton. I don't know where Dutch is. Are you Dutch? I would have gone away with it if it weren't for you meddling hunters. Okay, no, that's Arthur Morgan, because Arthur Morgan went to jail and then... Wait, so that means I'm Dutch Van Der Sauce. Oh! This is the prequel where I play as Dutch Van Der Sauce here. Okay, this is John Marston. Hey, John. Don't like what I see here. Invisible wall in my open world Wild West game? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I want to go see what this corn stuff is. Nope, there's more invisible wall. More invisible wall. More invisible wall. There's not even giant, massive alligator who's going to eat me alive for going in a place I shouldn't be. Can't punch the fishing rod, though. I really expected to punch the fishing rod here. I don't know. I don't know, pal. This might not be Red Dead Redemption worthy. Early access is still no fishing, literally unplayable. Alright, well, you gotta say the character writing is still very on point. I really do love the immersion and realism of these characters. But now let's actually look at the gameplay features that this game has to offer here. Hit the target from the blue areas in the saloon. What do you mean? Why would I throw all the way back there? That makes absolutely no sense. We're right by the dartboard. Holy! Yeehaw! Oh, and it spawns more and it spawns more... Oh, I have an idea. One moment. Agent Millen, it's me, Dutch Van Der Sauce. I know it's time for you to die. This is gonna take a moment. Spoilers for Red Dead Redemption 2, by the way. And like that, Agent Milton has been defeated. Oh wait, never mind. Still gotta get this side. What a satisfying narrative conclusion right there. That's exactly what I expected. And so this Red Dead Redemption 2 prequel has really added a lot to the gunplay here. Look at that. You have fire, you have a shotgun, and you also have fireball, you have vomit. And then you also have giant flaming fire that comes out of the sky. And then if you combine your vomit with your fire, you also create a fire tornado. Which, I gotta give points to creativity, but this is Red Dead Redemption. So, minus 10 points to Pinkerton House. Alright, now it's time to actually play through the main campaign of this. Alright, Cryptic Necromancer, Cryptic Train, Cryptic Saloon. You know, I don't remember Dutch Van Der Sauce ever saying Cryptic Saloon in the backstory, but you know what? I think this will be quite interesting, all things considered. Alright, Dutch Van Der Sauce blasting skeletons. Alright, this is just a little too unrealistic for me. Skeletons? I don't know. Picking up funny cards? Yeah, that makes sense. But skeletons? Alright, you're losing me. And then we got our classic Paladin's horse. Oh, guy in the barrel leaking radioactive goo. Oh, I remember this guy. This guy was in Red Dead Redemption. Alright, never mind. I'm sorry for judging before I see. I do agree, yeehaw. Oh, I thought none of them could get down here. Hey, you're not supposed to be able to get down here. I accidentally fell down and all the guys are like, oh, I'm gonna... Oh, the giant skull. I don't think this was in Dutch Van Der Sauce's backstory. Oh, nope, it's the schizophrenia. That's what it was. No, I was questioning why there are like a bunch of skeletons everywhere. I was like, oh, this is Dutch Van Der Sauce's schizophrenia. And I was like, oh, that makes so much more sense. Why would there be a giant exploding guy in a barrel? Schizophrenia. So this is what Dutch was seeing throughout the events of Red Dead Redemption. Tahini Tornado! Giant skeletons with rocket launchers, fireballs. It's just all part of it. Alright, pull all the levers in the correct order. So this is also a payload. So, given the... Yeah, no, this is definitely part of Dutch Van Der Sauce's schizophrenia. The skeleton just went through the payload cart from Overwatch. Now it's time to escort the Overwatch payload. This definitely explains why Dutch has been crazy throughout the entirety of Red Dead Redemption. If I had to push a payload in, like, my mind, I would also go crazy. Oh! It's the guy with money. Maybe that says a lot about the story of Red Dead Redemption right there. Oh. Yep, I can see definitely why Dutch went crazy there. Buddy was trying to escort the payload, and then unfortunately, holding all of his true feelings in, he became bottled up until He ended up being lightning struck by a bunch of 3 skeletons in the sky. Now, that was just a cinematic masterpiece right there. We gotta give this a Lenny out of 10. Wait a minute, this isn't Red Dead Redemption. Ooh, oh, I'm judging a game on Red Dead Redemption oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. But I mean, you're living up to the Red Dead Redemption standards that I'm looking for right here. So you know what? Congratulations. I couldn't even tell between this and Arthur Morgan. Oh yeah, there's Microsoft Paint. Beautiful. Beautiful attention to detail right here. This game is fantastic.